Good evening, viewers, and welcome to tonight's edition of the Almost Daily Shush. I'm your host, Patrick. I hate to have to be like the other news stations and start off the news with crime, but our country has been experiencing a string of unusual thefts and robberies lately. Even shoplifting is on the rise. The first incident occurred in northern Belize when this happened. Wow. I sure that no way less than 5 pounds. How that even possible? Anyway, we need to show you her competitor who took shoplifting to an even lower low. Check it out. How in the world somebody could hide a whole microwave between their legs? So, when shop owners start following we around the shop the entire time, we could now understand why they can't trust us with anything way smaller than our fridge. And in the most unusual case of theft, somebody reported this heartbreaking, incredible, HGTV-worthy incident. Has anyone seen someone transporting a house recently in the Belmopan area, Cotton Tree or St. Matthews? A 16 by 20 plywood house was stolen from George Price Boulevard. Alright, I know mortgage hard to get and rent high, but somebody actually thief a whole house? Damn! After reports went viral, a very concerned resident of the community commented that, now imagine you reach home from work, walk in your yard, and block it lay down on the road because the house missing. Other concerned residents have since started a neighborhood watch to look out for suspicious houses on the highway, while others have stepped up security measures and are now chaining their homes to a nearby lamppost and by installing GPS tracking services. I think Track Solutions should have stepped in and advertised it about no. Seriously though, I wonder if these thefts are related. First, somebody thief milk, and then a microwave, and now a house. Better make sure you not left on land unattended. And speaking of land, on Tuesday, the government announced that things will change up in the Ministry of Lands. No, the long lines won't change, nor will they speed up processing. You still have to wait about 10 years for your lease. And if squatters depend on your land, they still not help you out with that. So, what's the change up? The ministry now has a new minister, Honorable Hugo Pat. Pat is now the 5th person in the last 5 years to have control over the ministry. In this light, renovations have been made, and this is the new door to the minister's office. Yep. As you make it through the door, that time for left. And just so you know, our Shush correspondent has done an in-depth investigation into the Lands Department, which we will air at a future date. But a summary of his investigation reveals that Lands has its own mafia, with their very own slogan, money talks and bullshit walks. Yeah. So if you're poor like me and you try to get a lease from Lands, your newborn grandbaby might graduate college before you get to that, unless you drop your hand. Like a philosopher once said, land ministers come and go, but the land mafia is forever. Now, we have some bad news to report, which seems to be a repeat every year. PSC results. For some people, PSC means please stop exams. And for some, it means public schools effed up. But really and truly, PSC is the primary school examinations. Now, every year around this time, we spend 2 hours assessing the poor performances, especially when it comes to maths. After 10 years of the same lot of blaming and complaining, I think the time for us to be proactive. But thankfully, the ministry announced 3 major changes to put in place to improve the results. The next exam will be done in Creole and not English. So that one relieves some stress. Words like sieka, marafela, ginormous, and patlika will now be acceptable. Next, science will no longer be limited to biology. Students will now get to test their knowledge of determining if the police or bad man let off gunshots, the time it takes for microwave noodles, and how to cure a bus head. And lastly, the biggest change will be seen in math. The math exam will be further simplified and tailored for Belizean context. So, acceptable answers for $5 plus $5 will now include 10 bills, 2 fried chicken, almost 1 dozen, and my personal favorite, 8 small Sprite if you care about the pint bottle. Well, that are their suggestions. They are one out of mine. Maybe Ministry of Education need to hire people for a grade Facebook posts, because clearly parents make their picnics spend more time online than studying their notes. So, if the ministry start grading spelling and grammar on Facebook, children will realize when they are doing wrong. This could even benefit some adults, you know what I mean? Especially those with Facebook names such as Empress Forever, Cutie Tootie, and Never Not Cute. Hashtag always fly. And number 2, since math's now a big problem, they could divide the curriculum into 2. 1, regular maths, where 2 plus 2 still equals 4. And I know I never did know that till I tell you just now, true? And political maths, previously known as algebra, with questions like, if a passport takes 6 weeks to be prepared, how quicker will it be ready if a minister help you out? And I even have any reason to believe the ministry won't take any of my recommendations seriously. However, we really need to take a different look at the PSC. On a serious note though, I think parents need to spend more time helping their children with their schoolwork. Maybe if they take a leave break from love and hip hop or keeping up with the Kardashians. And if teachers would have stopped strike every time a politician fought, children would have known how a proper 5-day school week feel. A wise man once said, the only person who would do the same thing over and over and expect a different result is a konomono. So let's finally try something different. And now I end with weather news. You could still get out on our rubber boots and get on our single-use plastic rain hats ready, because rain they come. It look like since Venezuela can't send with fuel, they decided to send me a little tropical wave instead. The hurricane season, they get little frisky already, so no need to start making no hurricane plans. And that's it for the news for today. Stay tuned, we will be right back after a very short commercial break.
The outlook for the 2018 hurricane season predicts a slightly above average season, and RF&G Insurance encourages you to take no chances. Be sure to check your hurricane supplies kit and review your family emergency plan. Cut overgrown and dead branches from trees. Have an evacuation plan and know where shelters are. Secure all important documents. Have a plan for your pet in the event you have to seek shelter outside of your home. Keep in mind that while a hurricane plan is important, an insurance policy from RF&G Insurance gives you the confidence that your home and possessions are well taken care of. Did you know that in 2017, insurance payments for hurricanes Harvey, Irma, and Maria are already over $100 billion for damages to properties in the Caribbean and the United States? Ensure that your home or business is protected. Visit us today at our office on 1 Coney Drive, Belize City, or an RF&G agent near you. Let us help you to get it right this hurricane season. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
with Benny's. The tool room at Benny's has all the tools you need to do the job right. From hand tools to power tools, we have the brands you can trust. Black & Decker, Stanley, DeWalt, and Hilti. Do what you were born to do. Do it with Benny's.
Good night, folks. Welcome to tonight's edition of your favorite segment, What You Bex About Today. I have a lot lined up for now, so let's get straight into it. It makes me so happy when people take their time to send us submissions. That means they're really and truly satisfied with our comforting words. This Bexlesian submitted this. Patrick, I don't even know I could have get this Bex. This is a true Bexariousness. The other day, I made a watch down the sidewalk front of my house, and next thing you know, 6 police come and tell me to put down the hose slowly and back away from it. After they done bangles me and make me water bill gone up for sake of no give me a chance to turn off my hose, I get to find out that while I made a wash down the sidewalk, one man pass and leave it a water splash up on his shoe stop. He had the face of brass to call police and report me sake of that. And Patrick, you know I hurt me heart even more. I'm gonna use my good expensive BWS water for wash down some dog from a pot liquor when me pass my house. When it decide to stew chicken where it dig out of my neighbor dirt box, never agree with her. But I guess the man me rather dog on his shoes bottom rather than 2 drop of water on his shoes top. So why I not try to help people? You open the door for people, help them eat mango with the on the tree, and all of a sudden, you are the bad one. Thanks very much for your submission. I definitely agree with your Bexness. This second one, not just Bexness, they're actually scariness. This Facebook user posted this. Last night, I purchased 2 packs of beef ramen from supermarket here in San Pedro. This morning at work, I decided to make the noodles. What I found disgusted me. Not only that I found this little worm, but because I ate 1 whole pack and majority of another bowl, and then I found the little guy. So how much worms did I actually eat? Okay, look pan not good. That not a worm for real, or they start up with beef in the beef noodles. The person in the Bexness saying, I need everybody to be aware, locals and visitors, that this isn't the first time. How many people does this have to happen to before they clamp down on these stores? They sell expired goods and they double the price, so check your product before paying. They do this all the time, especially when they are supposedly having discount sales, and the health inspectors know this but are playing blind. Trust me. The truth is, the worm is actually the healthiest part of the noodles. Every single study performed found that noodles is one of the most unhealthy processed foods there is. Noodles high in sodium, high in calories, high in fat, and now high in worm. So Left me with my ital. Moving on now. In this other instance of Bexness, a Facebook user shared this. Okay, now it's the last straw that broke the camel back. Someone need to do something about the work going on Faber's Road. The men working out there need to realize that people live back there and need to move in and out. The person in charge of that project needs to get his workers some radio and put someone in charge, because when you ask who's in charge, nobody knows. Sound like vital statistics, sure. They block off the street too much, and they don't have to. Sometimes they block off in and out so you can't move anywhere. Now the workers just park their truck anywhere and just don't worry about no one else. Remember now, I'm one of the person helping the government paying back for this. Do you want to see my fuel bill? Because I save all my receipt. Come on now, get your work site together, Mr. Contractor. Alright, Mr. Contractor. You notice how this person never cuss, right? I advise you to forget and act together ASAP. Because we don't want this person go all bex or us and they cuss away everybody. Now, another Bexness that we really and truly all have experience with. Good morning, folks. Sorry, not sorry, but this cable company is the worst. I'm tired of watching pieces of every show or movies, whatever is on. As a hard breeze blow, the channels freezes or cut off, and not every day. Sometimes the people they talk and nothing not the show. This not they cut it. It happens all my TV shows. I know it's the service. If you don't get in your area as yet, make sure to change provider when that time comes. Trust me, you are frustrated. I understand your Bexness. I know I don't even have to watch the weather report. From the time I see my TV girlie jittery, I know a hard rain around the lane. And if news show clear, I don't know the next day it will be hot and sunny. If you look on it that way, maybe the cable provider they do a leave favor. This next Bexness fit more in the category of chancey. All my life, I had to buy Max Air Dentine chewing gum. I like taste winterfresh, but that $1. Max Air a 2-pack for shilling, and each pack have 2 in it. Lo and behold, I buy my usual 50 cents worth that was shop in a Belama, and when I open the first pack, only a single chewing gum in there. So, I make my brother video when I open the second pack, and I see him again. Dean Barron need to look into this. People spend their hard-earned money. It don't matter if they are a blue note or a rusty shilling, their shop owners need to stop chance poor people. I wonder if they open their Max Air, take out one chewing gum and glue back the box. They nasty must repackage chewing gum. Me Bex. Mother fella. So now when we go by, we don't just have to check for we change. We have to add it for we chewing gum and our pap bread. I want that pap bread to start finish fast in my house. Anyways, maybe you should have care about the empty box. I get one leave 5 cents discount. You know, like when you care about pint bottle. Now, this one, I'm not sure what category this to be, you know. Bexness or outer araness. This Facebook user posted this. Is there any head person or persons over those people at the Belize family court? When you do call there, you are put on transfer calls like walking from Belize to Mexico. When you do get to speak with someone, they give you a story about they have a lot of money to deposit to people's account, but they were busy. But by the end of the week, which was last Friday, the money will be there, and up to now, it is still not in people's account. Like really? Busy doing what? Spending the single parents' money? Come on, people. Have some peace of mind. Now calling in the 2 phone lines, and they're being cut off by them. Like, where is the head person for Belize Family Court? Really need to know. Yeah, this one is surely out of honest. Child maintenance money, no savings or retirement fund. People need to send their picnic at school and feed them. So, yeah, just a little more urgency, folks. You could do better. Finally, we want to end this serious vexness. This person in her heated submission to the Shush line said this. Oh, and we want to need the cost counter for this one. What the wrong with fried chicken? I gotta buy a plate of food and I make cold no So never mind the hourly wait I may have to wait. But that was the first time I try to eat from there. So I gone home and eat and I find a roach leg in my plate. I call him and tell him, here where the tell me. Well, that shit within. I take one picture and I send it to the nasty. I tell him, look at you. If you play with no ma, no with me. You too nasty, you dirty. So he hang up. Alright. I don't have any comments. Next thing, I get cuss up. Little word of advice though. We can't make way Bexness get the best away. Yes, you could very well end up with a Bexified trophy from us at the Almost Daily Shush. But, you know, I get any other solution. You know. Ladies and gents, well, I hope you may enjoy, but that's it for today's Bexcussion. Kindly stay tuned now as we go for our last commercial break.
Welcome to RFNG Insurance's educational series. Our aim is for you to understand insurance and how it works. Today, we will be discussing why insurance is not transferable. When buying insurance, the policy you receive from the insurance company is a contract agreement between the company and yourself, which provides you financial compensation in the event of a loss. When you sell your car or your home or any other asset, that insurance policy does not automatically transfer to the new owner. So, although you may buy a car that still has a valid insurance, that insurance will not protect you in the event of an accident. Be sure to contact our friendly RFNG representative at 223-5734 after purchasing a new asset to make sure it is properly insured. Thanks for being with us. Catch us for our next installment where we will be discussing catastrophic deductibles.
Good night, viewers. Welcome to tonight's edition of Foreign News. I am your host, Patrice. The past week in international relations has been astonishing. The most obvious headline have to do with North Korea and United States. First, they are my biggest enemies, like Pat Liquor versus Puss. But now, the man is literally body. Just this week, history get made when the US leader and a North Korean leader meet up face to face. We know both that any man has some strange tendencies, but Trump shocked him with his wild comments. Look on it.
Very nice. Getting a good picture of everybody so we look nice and handsome and thin.
Beautiful. 잘생기게 아름답게 찍어달라고.
This whole meeting I'm to deal with nuclear weapons, but one president made a focus on a photo shoot. What are we now, sir? Well, make I tell you now, everything about this meeting is strange. First, you had Kim Jong-un and his special forces. they need to participate in the Olympics. And then they had this very awkward handshake. Boy, let go my hand. No, you let go my hand. You first, boy. I drop my bomb if you don't stop. Fine, I stop. And folks, wait for it. Cause that's still not the strangest part. You know who that made the brains behind this whole peace summit? None other than Dennis Rodman. I named the joke. Watch no man.
And I believed in North Korea. And when I went home, I couldn't even go home. I had to hide out for 30 days. I couldn't even go home. But I kept my head up high, brother. I knew things were going to change. I knew it. I was the only one. I never had no one to hear me. I didn't know one had to see me. But I took those bullets. I took all that. I took everything. Everyone came at me, and I'm still standing.
The way the world come to. Dennis Rodman, Trump, and Kim Jong-un they control world peace. Me think me a heart and sneeze for pack up and left this here planet. Anyways, moving on from this here pile of baloney. On Tuesday night, FIFA announced that the 2026 World Cups will be hosted by North America. Canada, America, and Mexico will jointly host the greatest sporting event in the history of the whole world. That sounds like great news, sure, but yeah, kind of awkward. Because the US president, they quarrel with Canada, and they quarrel with Mexico. Just last week, the US-Canada beef started off of the comments.
I wasn't going to do this, but I was in Wisconsin the other day, and I want to end and add by saying that Canada, what they've done to our dairy farm workers, is a disgrace.
And we could all remember the US-Mexico war of words.
But in the end, Mexico's paying for the wall. They make all of this money, and they do absolutely nothing to stop people from going through Mexico, from Honduras and all these other countries, the caravan, all of this stuff. They do nothing to help us. Nothing. They're going to pay for the wall, and they're going to enjoy it, okay? They're going to enjoy it.
Mexico will not pay for the wall because we need to get something straight between our two countries. And it isn't going to be a wall.
Then you two need to wash out them out with some focus soap powder. Anyway, the 2026 World Cup will certainly be interesting. The winner must be whichever team could kick the ball over the fence. We could wait and see. And in final foreign news today, Germany has fined Volkswagen over $1.2 billion, saying that they cheat power tests to hide how much emission come from their diesel cars. Well, this is bad news for Volkswagen, but good news for the environment. But imagine then the same laws made it a Belize. Every single bus company are out of business. And even some people on bicycle may are impounded. Someday over the horizon though. Fingers crossed. My lovely viewers, that's it for our news tonight. Until next week again, bye-bye.
Folks, that's our show for tonight. We thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy our show and want to keep up with our latest content, you can like us on Facebook and Instagram or subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have any shush or some accidents that you would like us to address, you can send us a WhatsApp or a text to the Shush hotline at 636-8836. We are here for you. Save the number. Well, until next time, good night.